Is Liam Spencer finally losing his mind? Or is he actually the only one in Los Angeles who can see the truth right now? That's the question that has been keeping me up at night. We aren't just watching another typical soap opera misunderstanding anymore. We are witnessing a total, high-stakes collapse of the Spencer dynasty. It honestly feels like the air in LA hasn't been this heavy in years, and for a really good reason. Liam is facing a terminal diagnosis. Think about that for a second. He has an inoperable brain tumor that is ticking away like a time bomb inside his head. It's terrifying, right? But while his body is failing him, his protective instincts are hitting an all-time high. And then it happened. The moment that changed everything for the Spencers. Liam looked Steffy in the eye and uttered 5 shocking words that have basically banned Bill Spencer from his own granddaughter's life. Really get why this is happening. We have to look at the total wreckage of the Spencer-Forrester-Logan triangle. Usually, these people are just fighting over who is sleeping in whose bed. But right now, they are literally fighting for the safety of their children. Liam is in this state of absolute denial. He's trying to control the only thing he has left, which is his exit strategy. He didn't want Hope to know. He didn't want the girls to know. He basically wanted to fade away like a ghost. Maybe it's because his ego just can't handle being seen as weak or broken. I mean, think about it. Liam has always been the guy trying to save everyone else. Now that he's the one who needs saving, he doesn't know how to act. Why is he doing this to himself? It's not just about wanting privacy. It's about a man who has spent his entire life being defined by the women he loves and the father he fears. By keeping his death a secret, Liam is trying to own his story for the first time. But we know how it goes in soaps. Secrets are like poison. They only stay contained for so long before they start hurting everyone in the room. Liam's behavior is actually a classic example of what people do when they feel powerless. When you're told your life is over, you grasp for the steering wheel with everything you've got. Even if you're driving off a cliff, you want to be the one holding the wheel. His anger at Steffy for finally telling Hope isn't just about her breaking a promise. It's about him losing that last bit of control. He snapped at her because he felt exposed. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're trying so hard to keep it together and someone just rips the curtain back? That's Liam right now. Now, we have to talk about the nuclear bomb of the week. Bill Spencer, the man who calls himself the Sword, has officially lost his edge. He has decided to become the hero for Luna Nozawa. Can we just pause and think about the sheer insanity of that? Bill is prioritizing a girl who isn't even his biological daughter, a proven sociopath, over the safety and the trauma of the woman who is the mother of his own granddaughter. Luna held Steffy in a cage. She literally put her life in danger. For Bill to use his influence to get Luna out of jail it's beyond words. When Liam found out about this, something in him just broke. It wasn't just a symptom of his tumor. It was a moral breaking point. He looked at Steffy, who has been his absolute rock during this health crisis, and he said the 5 words that are going to echo for a long time. Bill can't see Kelly anymore. This isn't just a father being overprotective. This is a man who knows he's dying realizing that his own father has become a liability. Liam is looking at Bill and seeing a man who has traded family loyalty for some kind of weird, paternal delusion. It's honestly a bit pathetic. Bill is so desperate to be a dad to someone who needs him that he's willing to abandon the people who actually belong to him. Do you agree with Liam here? I definitely do. You can't invite a wolf into the house and then expect to be allowed into the nursery. Bill's decision to keep Luna in his orbit is a huge slap in the face to everything Steffy went through. She was in a cage. She almost died. For Bill to play Captain Save-A-Luna is a level of disrespect that even the old dollar bill would have found disgusting. I see this as a legacy audit. Liam is auditing his life. He's looking at what he's leaving behind for Kelly and Beth. If he's gone, who's going to protect them? If Bill is being manipulated by Luna, then Bill is a threat. By banning Bill, Liam is performing a surgical strike on his own family tree to save the branches that are still healthy. It's harsh, but is it necessary? Think about Steffy for a minute. She is currently a woman being shredded by 2 different kinds of grief. On one hand, she's losing the father of her child. On the other, she's being gaslit by her father-in-law. Her reaction to Liam's ban wasn't shock. It was relief. She has been reaching her limit with everyone lately. Hope, Brooke, and now Bill. Why did Steffy go along with this spin so quickly? It's because she operates on a circle of trust. If you aren't inside that circle, you are an enemy. Bill effectively walked out of that circle the second he signed those papers for Luna. Steffy knows that Luna is a predator. She knows that if Luna has access to Bill, she has access to Bill's money and resources, which means she has access to Kelly. Internally, Steffy is just terrified. She's already mourning Liam. The thought of losing her sense of safety, that Forrester fortress she's built, is just too much for her to handle. When Liam said those 5 words, he gave her the permission she didn't know she needed to shut Bill out. It's a tragic way to bond, but they are united by their fear of the future. This is what trauma looks like. Steffy's time in the cage wasn't just a plot point for a few weeks. It changed who she is. She is no longer the girl who takes risks. She is a mother who builds walls. Bill Spencer just found himself on the wrong side of the tallest wall she's ever built. One of the most intense images we saw this week was Hope Logan sobbing in Steffy Forrester's arms. This feels like we've entered an alternate universe, right? These two have spent 10 years tearing each other's hair out over Liam. Now they're holding each other because they are the only 2 people on the planet who truly understand what is being lost. Grief is the ultimate equalizer. All the bickering over fashion lines and corporate titles feels like playground noise compared to the reality of a terminal illness. Hope is in a state of absolute collapse. She realized that Liam was trying to say goodbye to her weeks ago, and she was too busy fighting with Steffy to even hear him. It's heartbreaking to IS it about time these 2 woke up and stopped the war? I think so. Liam has been the prize in their tug-of-war for so long that they forgot he was a human being with his own struggles. Watching them hug it out isn't just good TV, it's a necessary change for the show. If Liam passes away, that whole war dies with him. What's left? Just 2 mothers who have to raise sisters together. It's a huge shift in the show's power dynamics. For years, the men like Liam, Ridge, and Bill have dictated how the women feel. Now, with Liam fading and Bill acting like a fool, Steffy and Hope are taking the reins. They are the ones deciding who gets to see the children. They are the ones managing the crisis. The power has moved, but we have to dive deeper into Bill's head. Why would he risk everything for Luna? It's easy to just say he's a soap character, but there's a real reason here. Bill is a man who thrives on being the provider. When the DNA test showed Luna wasn't his daughter, he didn't just lose a child. He lost a project. Bill is trying to redeem his past sins by saving her. He thinks that if he can turn a bad girl good, it will somehow balance out all the ruthless things he's done as Dollar Bill. It's a classic redemption complex. The problem is, he's trying to redeem himself by putting his actual family in danger. Bill is experiencing what you might call displaced paternalism. He can't control Liam's tumor. He can't control the war between the Forresters and Logans. But he can control Luna's legal status. He's choosing the battle he can win, even if it's the completely wrong battle to be fighting. It's an ego-driven blindness that is going to cost him the one person who still looks at him with pure love, and that's Kelly, I'll be blunt. Bill is being an absolute idiot. You don't trade a granddaughter for a girl who has a history of kidnapping. He's being played by a master manipulator, and the fact that he can't see it shows how much he's lost his touch. He's no longer the smartest guy in the room. He's the most vulnerable. When Liam bans Bill from Kelly, he isn't just making a temporary rule. He is setting a precedent for a world where he isn't there anymore. Liam knows he won't be around to stand between Bill and the girls in 6 months. He is forcing Steffy to take a hard line now so she doesn't waver later. This is Liam's final testament. He isn't writing it on paper, he's writing it in the lives of his family. By saying Bill can't see Kelly, he is telling everyone that the Spencer rules have changed. The leader of the family is no longer Bill. It's the man who is dying to protect the next generation. Think about how Bill is going to react when he tries to pick up Kelly for a fun day and the gates at the Cliff House don't open. We know Bill. He doesn't take no for an answer. He's going to see this as a personal attack, not a protective measure. This is going to lead to a brutal fight between a son who is losing his life and a father who is losing his mind. The tension is just unbearable. Liam is physically getting worse every day. Every time he gets into a shouting match with Bill, he risks a seizure or a collapse. He is literally burning the last of his energy to keep his father away from his daughter. It's like a Shakespearean tragedy playing out in front of us. And then there is Luna. She is the serpent in the garden. While Liam and Steffy are building walls, she is busy trying to tear them down. She's already barging in on Finn, acting like she has a right to be a part of his life. She's totally delusional. She thinks that if she just shows up enough, everyone will forget the kidnapping and the cages. Luna is a narcissistic invader. She doesn't see boundaries. She sees challenges. When she hears that Liam has banned Bill from Kelly, she won't feel bad. She'll see it as a chance to isolate Bill even more from his family, so she can have him all to herself. She wants to be the only Spencer woman left. She's using Bill's guilt as a weapon, and she's doing it with a smile that would make Sheila Carter proud. Luna is probably the most dangerous person on the show right now because she has Bill Spencer's checkbook behind her. If she convinces Bill that Liam and Steffy are being cruel, Bill might actually use his legal team to fight for visitation. Can you imagine that? A grandparents' rights case in the middle of a terminal illness? It's exactly the kind of mess that makes this show so addictive. While the Spencers are imploding, Brooke Logan is making a move for the co-CEO seat. She's being pushed by Hope, who feels like she's not being respected at Forrester Creations. Honestly, the timing couldn't be worse. Steffy is trying to manage a dying ex-husband and a stalking sister-in-law, and now she has to fight Brooke for her job. This corporate war is a symptom of a much bigger problem. These families just can't seem to prioritize human life over power. Brooke's attempt to get the CEO spot feels a bit hollow right now. She's fighting for a desk while her daughter is fighting for her soul. It's a classic Logan defense mechanism. When the world gets too sad or too real, they just get busy with a new scheme. Brooke is trying to fix the Forrester problem because she can't fix the Liam problem. But by attacking Steffy's position, she's just making Steffy more defensive and less likely to cooperate with the Logans on anything, including Liam's care. So, where does this all go? I have a few ideas. First, I think we are headed for a legal war. Bill Spencer is not going to take this ban lying down. He's going to sue for visitation, and he's probably going to use Luna as his character witness. That would be the ultimate betrayal. Can you imagine Liam having to testify from a hospital bed against his own father? It would be the most heart-wrenching court case we've ever seen. Second, I think a big Luna reveal is coming. Someone, maybe Finn or a returning Quinn Fuller, is going to find proof that Luna is even more dangerous than we thought. Bill will realize way too late that he traded his real family for a monster. The sword will finally fall, and Bill will be left with nothing but an empty house and a lot of regret. Finally, I think the legacy of the show is shifting. Even if Liam passes away, those 5 words won't die with him. Steffy and Hope are going to make it their mission to uphold that ban. They are going to form a united front of mothers that will lock Bill Spencer out for good. The Spencer dynasty, as we know it, will end with Bill, and a new era of Forrester-Logan cooperation, built on this tragedy, will begin. This isn't just about shocking words. It's about the end of an era. For 30 years, Bill has been the untouchable titan. To see him brought down by his own ego is a massive shift. Liam, who people always called waffling or weak, is finally showing real strength. He's being a father in the truest sense, protecting his child's future even when he won't be there to see it. The tragedy of the ban is that it comes from a place of love. Liam loves his dad, but he loves his daughter more. Making that choice is the most grown-up thing Liam has ever done. It's just a shame it took a brain tumor to get him to this point. I really feel like the writers are hitting their stride here. By connecting the Luna/Bill plot with Liam's health, they've created a situation where every single conversation feels like it could be the last one. The 5 words weren't just a hook. They were a declaration of war. If we look at this from a psychological perspective, the ban is incredibly effective because it hits Bill right where it hurts, his legacy. Bill thinks of his kids and grandkids as Spencer assets. By taking Kelly out of his control, Liam is basically bankrupting Bill's emotional life. Liam is breaking the cycle of toxicity. He's saying that the Spencer name ends with him if it means protecting his daughter. It's a radical act of parenting. Usually, the kids on this show just go along with whatever the billionaire patriarch wants. Not this time. This feels like the spiritual death of Bill Spencer. Long before Liam's body gives out, Bill's role as the leader of the family is dying. He's being replaced by a coalition of women who are no longer impressed by his money. We know Liam is planning to meet Bill at Il Giardino. That is likely where the 5 words will be delivered in person. Just imagine that scene. A crowded restaurant, a dying son, and a deluded father. Liam, struggling just to stay upright, looking at Bill and telling him he's banned from seeing Kelly. The silence in that room is going to be deafening. It's exactly the kind of drama that keeps us glued to the screen. Bill will probably try to buy his way back in. He'll offer Liam the best doctors and the best treatments money can buy. But Liam won't want his money. He'll want Bill to pick a side. The girl who kidnapped Steffy, or the granddaughter who needs a safe family. And we know Bill. He hates being forced to choose. He'll try to have both, and that's how he'll lose everything at its heart. This show is about what we leave behind when the lights go out. Liam is leaving behind a boundary. Bill is leaving behind a mess. And Steffy. She's leaving behind her status as a victim. This is the most bold the show has been in years. They are taking risks with their main characters, making them vulnerable and very human. I'm here for every single second of it. Now, I really want to hear from you, because this is a debate that could go on for hours. First, do you agree with Liam's ban on Bill? Is it fair to keep a grandpa away from his grandchild because of who he's hanging out with? Or is Liam being way too harsh because of his medical state? And second, do you think Bill Spencer is officially a lost cause? Has his quest to save Luna blinded him for good, or can he still fix things before it's too late? Let me know what you think in the comments. This whole situation is messy and toxic, and I can't wait to see your takes on it. If you want to stay updated on every twist and every shocking word, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. We're tracking this whole saga every day, and you definitely don't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. So, where does this all go? I have a few ideas. First, I think we are headed for a legal war. Bill Spencer is not going to take this ban lying down. He's going to sue for visitation, and he's probably going to use Luna as his character witness. That would be the ultimate betrayal. Can you imagine Liam having to testify from a hospital bed against his own father? It would be the most heart-wrenching court case we've ever seen. Second, I think a big Luna reveal is coming. Someone, maybe Finn or a returning Quinn Fuller, is going to find proof that Luna is even more dangerous than we thought. Bill will realize way too late that he traded his real family for a monster. The sword will finally fall, and Bill will be left with nothing but an empty house and a lot of regret. Finally, I think the legacy of the show is shifting. Even if Liam passes away, those 5 words won't die with him. Steffy and Hope are going to make it their mission to uphold that ban. They are going to form a united front of mothers that will lock Bill Spencer out for good. The Spencer dynasty, as we know it, will end with Bill, and a new era of Forrester-Logan cooperation, built on this tragedy, will begin. This isn't just about shocking words. It's about the end of an era. For 30 years, Bill has been the untouchable titan. To see him brought down by his own ego is a massive shift. Liam, who people always called waffling or weak, is finally showing real strength. He's being a father in the truest sense, protecting his child's future even when he won't be there to see it. The tragedy of the ban is that it comes from a place of love. Liam loves his dad, but he loves his daughter more. Making that choice is the most grown-up thing Liam has ever done. It's just a shame it took a brain tumor to get him to this point. I really feel like the writers are hitting their stride here. By connecting the Luna/Bill plot with Liam's health, they've created a situation where every single conversation feels like it could be the last one. The 5 words weren't just a hook. They were a declaration of war. If we look at this from a psychological perspective, the ban is incredibly effective because it hits Bill right where it hurts, his legacy. Bill thinks of his kids and grandkids as Spencer assets. By taking Kelly out of his control, Liam is basically bankrupting Bill's emotional life. Liam is breaking the cycle of toxicity. He's saying that the Spencer name ends with him if it means protecting his daughter. It's a radical act of parenting. Usually, the kids on this show just go along with whatever the billionaire patriarch wants. Not this time. This feels like the spiritual death of Bill Spencer. Long before Liam's body gives out, Bill's role as the leader of the family is dying.